There's some things you can't make up in life, right? And this is one of them. So Colin Cowherd said this. Let me go ahead and I gotta do this. Go also take down my video. Just listen to this nonsense.
I would give up Watt, 3 firsts, and Pickens for Caleb Williams. I would. I would give up Watt, 3 firsts, and Pickens for Caleb Williams. I would.
Okay. Let's dissect what he just said. First off, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Kenny Pickett in any way is that great. He's not. He's decent. He's okay. He's about average or below average, right? And I think that's very clear by watching him that he's not that great of a quarterback. But a lot of it does come down to the offense coordinator, Matt Canada, who is probably one of the worst offense coordinators in the NFL. Their offensive line also is trash, and, there's definitely some problems there in Pittsburgh. And, I'll say overall-wise, they have bigger problems than Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's also in his second year, so to try to move on from him this quickly is why franchises fail. Let's be honest. You move on from your quarterback you just drafted in the first round 2 years ago, probably your franchise is going to collapse and slowly fall to pieces. Just how it works. You just don't move on from a franchise quarterback. Just that soon, right? Second thing, let's just go down this list here. You're going to trade TJ Watt. Okay. TJ Watt, one of the best defensive players in the NFL. And George Pickens. Now, George Pickens, I'll admit, I was kind of wrong on the guy. I thought the guy was a top 10 receiver, and I thought, not top 10, but top 15 receiver, and he's really going to take off this year. And yes, a lot of it has been Matt Canada's offense, but I've also realized watching him more, I don't really think he's all that great. I don't. At first, I thought he was the man, but I just realized, nah. He's a good receiver, who's in his sophomore year, and he needs more time to develop. But other than the fact that he's a human hit stick machine, and he targets every single player after, the whistle. And the only reason he said he likes, when he doesn't get catches, he likes to hit people because it makes him feel good. Seems like more of a dirtbag type of guy. He also had a lot of character problems in college. That's why he went to the Steelers, etc., 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 right? So you have those two. Now you have 3 first-round picks. You're adding on to that. And when Colin Cowherd says, I would trade all that to get Caleb Williams' first overall pick. Well, when are you making this trade exactly? Because you're not making this trade now because you don't know who the first overall pick is going to be. Imagine trading all that to Chicago and Arizona gets the first pick. Imagine trading that all to Arizona. And Chicago gets the first pick. Or Denver gets the first pick. So you don't know who's going to have the first pick. So in that context, okay, well, now you're saying, well, that means we're going to wait until the end of this year, in the offseason, and then make the trade. That's what he's saying. Okay, I give him that. You're going to wait till the offseason and make the trade. You're going to give up, again, like I said before, a young receiver who, in all honesty, there was a lot of rumors. The reason why George Pickens is not getting many targets is because of the fact that they don't want to pay him. They don't want to pay him his in 2 years when he gets a new contract. So that's apparently why they're not giving him many targets. But you're going to trade, I would say, a top 20 wide receiver. That's number one, okay? Number two, you're going to trade a star defensive player, probably one of the best in the league, and 3 first-round picks for a guy who, yes, don't get me wrong, Caleb Williams looks like he could be, the next Andrew Luck. He looks like he could be one of the next best quarterbacks in the NFL history books. Looks like. And I think he will be great. I believe 1,000% he will be great. But if you're going to bring him to the Pittsburgh Steelers, get rid of your number one receiver, right? Get rid of your star defensive player and 3 first-round picks. So you're not drafting this year in the first round, next year, or the year after that. What? How is he going to be successful? Are you also firing Matt Canada the same day you do that? Because if you bring back Matt Canada, Canada is going to stink it up. Caleb Williams is not going to have an offensive line. He's going to have Deontay Johnson, maybe, but Deontay Johnson now has injury concerns. Then Alvin Robinson? Pat Fryermuth, Darnell Washington? Like, he doesn't really have a halfback core. What are you giving Caleb Williams? This is what I don't like teams that do this in the concept. And I'm not saying the Pittsburgh Steelers would ever do this. I think Colin Cowherd is dumb. I don't think he has any logic to even suggest this. Because, again, you're going to make your defense worse, right? You're going to make your offense worse. And you're also going to take away draft capital to make your team better for the next 3 seasons for one player. I understand that one quarterback, franchise quarterback, rookie quarterback, can come in and really take over the show and change your franchise around, okay? There's a lot of times people have done that. And it's amazing. And you look at it and you're like, wow, that was the best pick ever. But you don't trade away the farm to get one cow. You don't do it. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. Again, this is be idiotic to trade away all that to get one said player who, yes, at the end of the day, could be a Hall of Famer. But again, I say this a million times, guys. Look at the word could. Yeah, he looks great. But how many quarterbacks, if you look back to the history of quarterbacks, right? How many quarterbacks got drafted to the wrong team, the wrong club, the wrong, organization, and they look like they could have been great, but they end up becoming bust because of it. And I'm not saying the Steelers in any way is a bad organization. They're a great organization. They've been having winning seasons since 2003. But what happens if Caleb Williams does struggle in the NFL? Because at the end of the day, nobody knows how well a player will transition into the NFL. Nobody does. You can always have your ideas or concepts or, 100% this guy's going to translate like this guy's going to do this guy's going to do that. But at the end of the day, you don't know how it's all going to go down. You can have your ideas and your theories, and I might agree or disagree with your theory, but you just don't know how it's going to go. Some quarterbacks take time to develop. You're going to draft a guy after you trade all that and then throw him to the Wolves and then give him nothing and expect him to do everything. I hate to tell you, that's not going to work. You're throwing him in the toughest division in football with the most hard-hitting, come-at-you defenses in the NFL. The Browns have one of the best defenses. The Ravens have a great defense. We have one of the best defenses. And you're going to throw a rookie behind a crappy offensive line without his number one receiver? And expect him to go out there and play great football? And you're going to take away all your draft capital for the foreseeable future? That's not going to work. That's not going to work. At all. Colin Cowherd, you're stupid. That's it. Peace out, guys.